Hello and welcome to Geek.com's gifted and talented program.
Mitomo.
Galulu to you. My name is Chris Radke. I'm the editor-in-chief of Geek.com. I'm here with my friend Jordan.
I'm Jordan Miner. You may remember me from famous Street Sharks lies and other such.
Other lies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, everything is true.
I thought this was random access. What the hell is this?
This is the Geek.com gifted and talented
Oh,
program.
like right there.
There you go. What are we doing here today? We are going to be live on Facebook all day. And what we're going to be talking about are all the wonderful things that you should give as gifts.
Consume.
Consume. This is all about the holidays and stuff that you want to get and give. And there's lots of talented people involved. Hence the gifted and talented program.
Not us.
We
can't do anything.
we're your hosts, and we'll be guiding you through this journey today. This is kind of like almost like a telethon, a sellathon of things.
I'm a millennial. I don't have a television, so can you explain this? What a telethon?
Sure. So years and years ago, they used to do these things where they would shut down a TV station, and they would go live for like 6 days. And they would have a steady stream of shows and varieties and people coming out and singing opera and doing all sorts of nonsense. And usually these telethons were done to generate income for charities. But what we're doing today is a little different. We are here to actually talk about the holidays and the things that you should give, right? This is the holidays.
The spirit of giving.
Spirit of giving. So we're not really saving anybody here except you. So what we want to do is we're going to go through a series of segments. Some of them will be 15 minutes, some will be 30 minutes, a little bit in between. And we're going to be talking about all of the cool things that we've seen over the course of the year that we love.
A variety of things across the variety of subjects that we cover on Geek.com.
And what are those subjects?
Video games, movies, technology, I'm hitting this desk, comics, cosplay, culture, the internet,
Yes.
lifestyles.
All of the things that you geeks love, we love
geeks.
too. You geeks.
You people.
But what I would like to do is start off by saying thank you to our corporate sponsors, Busted Tees.
Yes.
Providers of fine T-shirts for geeks.
What are we
everywhere.
wearing?
So I'm wearing.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Worship Santa shirt. This is a mashup of Satanism and the holidays.
It's just two things.
It's two things. A lot of the tees that you'll see at Busted Tees are great mashups of two things. And all of our guests today will be wearing T-shirts like this. Not this one, but different ones.
What about my shirt?
Yours is a Obama and Goldblum mashup. And we're going to have costume changes. You'll see all sorts of different T-shirts. I implore you to go buy some T-shirts because they're our friends, and everyone should have ironic, cool, geeky T-shirts to wear this holiday season. So, what's better than T-shirts, Jordan?
Food.
No.
Different food.
No. Newsletters.
Okay.
So, one of the things we want to also stress to you as you watch and enjoy our show today is we really want you to sign up for our newsletter. The newsletter is chock full of all of our wonderful geek content that we produce over the course of the week. Content with a capital C and a hashtag.
Brands.
And what we're trying to do with our newsletter is to kind of cut through the clutter and give you our goodness straight mainlined into your brain. So sign up for our newsletter. And the other thing is newsletter, every time I say the word newsletter, everyone is going to scream and yell, right?
Like Paul Rubens.
Newsletter!
Yay!
Thank you. I think we're not alone. I neglected to introduce Social Pete.
I mean, I'm alone in some sense.
There is that. But so Social Pete
not funny.
Social Pete is manning our Facebook today. Social Pete, say hello.
Hi.
So Social Pete will be there to answer and kick out any questions that you may have.
He's the ghost of Christmas future.
Yes. So as the course of this show goes on, please ask us questions. We'll stop what we're doing and we'll try to answer your questions. Social Pete will be your mouthpiece. He is the
Vox Populi.
Yeah, he's the Sigourney Weaver of.
He's a villain in the Defenders.
Yes. So he is the mouthpiece. He will give you. He will be your voice. So please ask us questions throughout the day. Don't be shy. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting.
There's a lot.
The
We
schedule.
have 5 hours to fill. Hope we're not done yet.
So I should slow down a little bit and talk a little slower.
Let's just slow down, like our favorite new music genre. as you can see
Soft rock?
on these screens behind you, no, vaporwave.
Ah,
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that
in a little
later.
bit.
So, Jordan,
Yes.
why don't we go through and talk about our segments? I'm going to go over here to our interactive screen.
The Geek screen.
Right, so
That's a
what-
bad name.
As you can see here, Geek.com. You can find this website at Geek.com. Let's go through the schedule. Right now, we're in the intro. Next up, at 12:30, we're going to be speaking to the good people from
Artiphon, the makers of Instrument One, a smart guitar, piano tech thing. It's a really cool music thing. We'll show it off in a little bit.
Right. It is the future of guitars, and you're going to love it. The next thing that we have after that, we're going to have the Dollar Shave Club Furby edition. Furbies, you've all heard about Furbies. They speak Furbish. The new Furbies are incredible, and our team here, we love them. And we have 3 Furbies to come out and have sing for you.
How are we going to express that love?
I'm going to shave a Furby live.
Lovely.
And that'll be interesting to see what that Furby and how it reacts, and really what a naked Furby looks like.
We've been creating a lexicon of Furby words, so
Okay.
we can translate their like death throes or if they like it. So
Perfect. Yeah. Pete.
Whose sash is better, Worf or Chewbacca?
Well,
they're both famous orcs. So.
they are famous orcs. I would say that.
No.
Yes, thank you. So off camera, one of our colleagues, Will come on out here.
The entire extended Geek.com family.
Yes. So Will will be out with. Thanks, Will. Chewbacca doesn't wear a sash. He wears a bandolier, and it's all ammo for his Wookiee bowcaster. But I would say
How badly am I coming through with this?
no one can
There's no
understand a
mic,
word
and
you're
you're
saying.
wearing
I
the.
don't even have a mic on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I'm like an adult from Peanuts.
We're just talking to silence right now.
It's a Charlie Brown live stream.
What?
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, yes, a Charlie Brown live stream.
Yes.
Pete, you got another one.
When is Arn Anderson coming on?
Right now. There'll be lots of wrestling jokes throughout the day.
Oh well, then I quit. I didn't sign up for this.
All right. Well,
It's ruining this country.
it is ruining this country. Let's continue in talking about the rest of our segments.
Bye, Will.
Bye.
We're going to shave a Furby live. That's about at 1:45. Then at 1 o'clock, we're going to have the cosplay gift guide. We're going to have lots of ears and dresses and things that you can wear to all your holiday cosplay.
I brought my cosplay in.
What is your cosplay?
1 second.
Well, he's getting his cosplay ready. After the cosplay gift guide, we're going to do Game of the Year Live. Game of the Year is a segment we do every week on Geek.com, where Jordan specifically, goes through and picks a game.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, that's a nice coat.
So if you remember the hit film, The Dark Knight Rises, and its antagonist Bane, he wore a coat like this. And I said, hey, I want to own a coat like that. So I did. I bought that coat, and here it is.
There you
I'm
go.
wearing it on the internet.
Cosplaying live with 2010's best villain.
2012.
Bane. Yeah, something like that. Then what you have also after our Game of the Year Live segment.
We're gonna play the best games of the year.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
And then we got a very special guest here. Movie Bob Chipman is here to talk about the year in movies. We're going to talk about what his favorite movies are. Batman versus Superman.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of fun in there. It's going to be ridiculous. Followed by, we're going to talk Star Trek and talk about really high-end, expensive Star Trek gifts you can give to all the Trekkers in your life. We'll be joined by the voice of Star Trek himself, Jordan Hoffman.
Famous Jordans.
Famous Jordans, famous orcs. There's going to be lots of orcs here today. Crunchyroll. Do you know what Crunchyroll is?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Crunchyroll is the premier anime streaming service on the earth. And we are going to play Crunchyroll Roulette, where we are going to hit randomizer on the Crunchyroll dice button, and we're going to get served up some hot, fresh anime, and everyone will react.
Fresh anime.
Pete, you got something?
Who's a worse DC movie character, Halle Berry or Marion Cotillard?
Ooh, well, I maybe know who asked this. I have this theory that those two actresses are kind of the same in that they both seem kind of good, but then when you look at their filmographies, their performances, you realize they're kind of dumb and bad. Also, Marion Cotillard believes the moon landing was fake.
Really?
Yeah, because there was there's a good headline on some site that was like, Marion Cotillard denies the moon landing and being Talia al Ghul, both true things.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. She did not. So, I don't know. Who's worse?
I mean, I got
agree with
Halle
you on
Berry
that.
for, you know.
I like Halle Berry, and I like that that Catwoman movie was such an experimental thing.
I mean, the director's name was Pitoff.
Pitoff.
So, what do you expect?
Catwoman wore open-toed shoes on those rooftops. But what other? I mean,
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf wears open-toed shoes in the Justice League movie. I don't know. I don't know if either one of them I would say is the worst of the DC movie.
Dark Knight
universe.
Rises is a better movie than Catwoman. So.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
But I think they've actually done okay with their casting. It's the directors that they're having a problem with. That's my opinion.
We'll talk more movies later.
We will. Social Pete, you got another one.
How is Baby formed?
How is baby formed? Well,
You
food babies are formed.
You formed
by eating a lot.
babies of several types.
I have formed babies of several types. If we'll be coming to that segment later on after the Crunchyroll segment, we'll be into the eco side with cannabis tech, and in that segment we're going to talk about our some of the latest and greatest in cannabis technology, vapes, and some of the latest and greatest in customizable card games,
In Insane Clown Posse products, Juggalo Entertainment.
and then between those two things.
A baby will be
A
born.
baby will be born.
It's the birds and the bees for a new generation.
A baby made of weed with grease paint.
No one said weed.
Oh, yeah, good point. So next up, we're going to do a retro gaming segment.
We have the NES Classic, and you don't, probably.
It's right here. We have the NES Classic. We're going to go through the NES Classic and talk about some of our favorite games on there. We're also going to talk about all the NES Classic alternatives because none of you can get the NES Classic. It's the Cabbage Patch Kid of, I'm just dated myself, Cabbage Patch Kid of this holiday season. The Tickle Me Elmo. The Zuzu Pets.
The original Furby.
The original Furby. We have it. We'll be showing it. We've got lots of variations of it. And then after the retro gaming segment, we will play Super Mario Run
It
live.
happened. Nintendo put out a game for an iPhone. It's done, everybody.
And it's today.
So we're going to play it.
So today, 3 big things are happening. You've got the Geek.com Gifted and Talented program. You also have Rogue One.
Yes.
And you've got Mario on your phone.
Mario Cotillard.
Super Marion Run. She's running across the set of the moon landing.
She's got to murder Stanley Kubrick.
And then last but not least, the Nerf Punisher will be here.
John Bernthal?
John Barenthal, the Nerf Punisher, will be here to show his entire arsenal of all his foam ordnance. And Jordan and I will find new and innovating ways to use those weapons.
It'll be the end of the day. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, end of the day, end of life. We'll see what happens. So stick with us for the next 5 hours as we talk about our favorite things and get you to try to sign up for our newsletter.
Newsletter?
Yay! So, Social Pete, how can people get our newsletter?
They go to that cool link that I keep posting.
What is that link? Can you say it out loud so I can hear your voice?
Subscribe.geek.com?
Am I holding the link? Where's the link
Yeah.
in relation to my body right now?
Like right with this?
It's like closer to, a little further down. Just keep,
like
just right in your crotch
are you
area. Just
cradling
chop
the link?
there.
Anyway, sign up for that newsletter, everybody. Thank you. All right. So as we go through the course of the day, there will be lots of interesting little things we'll be talking about. We brought him from the future. We have an aged Greg Miller.
We have 2015's Trending Gamer Award winner, Kind of Funny's own Greg Miller from the future.
Building Legos on the floor next to us. We'll be checking in.
How's Portillo doing?
Not well.
Right.
Can you bleep me? Because there could be.
Yeah, if you've got things to say, you just say them. We'll take care of it. So we're going to be building Legos throughout the entire segment.
What are you building now?
Yeah, tell us what you're building.
I'm building.
Let's get in close so we can hear
I'm
you.
building the Penguins Duckmobile, and there's 16 pages of instructions for this thing.
Well, I mean,
That's just this.
you know how to read, right?
So I don't know if 5 hours is gonna be enough, but I'm gonna make it happen. This scotch and some bleeps.
If you slow this down, I'm here to help motivate him.
There you go.
You're doing it wrong! Wrong!
Sorry,
Get
Daddy.
better!
I'm sorry, Daddy.
You should never left. Whatever.
Yes, anyway, we're going to be looking at Legos. We also are 3D printing things live. Should we go and check in with the 3D printer?
Yeah, why not?
Awesome.
Pete?
Okay,
Through the magic of another camera.
let's go check it out. You can print all sorts of things. You could, if your stove knob on your stove breaks, sometime in the future you'll be able to 3D print a new knob for your stove.
I want to be in the future.
Well, we're here right now. Sorry. So we've got 3D printing. We've got Legos. What else do we have that's happening? Well, yeah, that's about it. We're gonna sit here now in silence for the next 10 minutes.
We're just going to chill out.
Social Pete, you got something for us?
I just like that Oliver was complaining about like how hard
Who's
it is,
Oliver?
and
We have Greg
whatever his
Miller
name is.
here.
Yeah.
Greg Miller, yes. He's complaining about how hard the Lego is, and it says like suggested age is 8 to 14 right on the box.
Right, he's not in the suggested age range, so that's entirely accurate. Yeah. This is Lego Batman, right?
Older, so it's inverted.
It is, yeah, Legos are not easy. So anyway, Jordan.
Yes.
We've got some time to go before our first segment, so I'd like to kind of ask you some questions about this,
Sure.
this past year.
Go for it.
There have been a lot of some of our most favorite and beloved pop culture celebrities who have died
Yes,
this year.
from David Bowie to Prince, Muhammad Ali.
Did Lemmy die this year, or was it not December of last year? I think Lemmy just kind of, I think, came at the end. What happened? Alan
Alan
Thicke.
Thicke.
Oh, great Canadian Alan Thicke.
Thick of the night.
So
No, we just have Robin Thicke. Well, I guess that'll
Thicke shakes.
That'll segue to what I think you're about to do here.
all right, so we'd like to play a little game here in at the Geek HQ.
We have fun here at Geek.com.
So there's a few days left in 2016. Who will the Grim Reaper take next?
But first, I think we have another
You
question.
got another question?
What's the best ape movie?
Ooh, apes. We love apes.
Well, I would say my favorite ape, I like Project X with Matthew Broderick and a bunch of chimpanzees.
Mighty Joe Young is pretty good.
Mighty Joe Young, the original or the remake?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, I mean, any movie with a human being in it counts.
There's,
We're all apes.
we're all apes. My favorite ape movie, I think, actually, again, I'll date myself. There's a movie called Goin' Ape. Go on your
How do you spell
internet.
Goin'?
Goin' with an apostrophe at the end. There's only one G in Goin'. Go check out, look it up on IMDb. You probably could stream the whole thing on YouTube. It is a movie that is Tony Danza, a young Tony Danza and a young Danny DeVito inherit a family of orangutans, and they live in a New York City loft. And these orangutans they do the orangutan where you put the orange in your mouth. And they do
Yeah,
that.
like Vito Corleone.
There's like there's like a 45 minutes of this movie is just one orangutan with an orange in its mouth.
That
and walking
sounds
around like
so
this.
watchable.
It's really good. That's the best ape movie.
What about the episode of Justice League Unlimited where it turns out Grodd's plan was to turn the entire human population into apes?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Gorilla Grodd in general.
Is
good
Gorilla
character.
Grodd your favorite ape?
He's good, but he's no Monsieur Mala. We're just talking DC villainous apes.
Okay.
Because Monsieur Mala, you got the smart ape thing, but he's also French. He's got a beret.
Yeah.
He's in love with a brain in a jar.
And then there's the Ultra Humanite,
Yeah, he's pretty good.
a big white ape, kind of got a big brain thing
Yeah,
going on.
but you can relate.
I actually prefer the Marvel intelligent apes, like Ape X from the Squadron Supreme universe, where she's a intelligent ape, but her lower half is missing, and she's got a treadmill. So she does a lot of she's. The
When will this
scientist.
character make it to the MCU? Or are they wrapped up in all the Fox stuff?
No. I think Squadron Supreme falls under the Marvel proper. I think a
Okay.
Squadron Supreme movie will be announced in the next couple of years.
Who plays Ape X? Is it Marion Cotillard?
No, it'll be Andy Serkis.
Okay. But I thought you said it was a woman ape.
So Andy Serkis does mocap. He's an actor.
What about Judy Greer? She mocapped an ape in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
And she's Ant-Man's wife.
Yeah, so I think, they gotta give her something else.
There you go. Social Pete, what do you got?
Is everything going to be alt-right?
No, not at all.
Not here.
Not here.
None of that here.
So anyway, back to what we were saying. What were we talking about?
We were
8
talking about
movies?
people who've died this year.
Oh yes. Okay. So who do we think? Hey, can you fix that? Thank you. Who do we think is going to?
There's still room in 2016 for another tragic death.
There
There's
is.
still 2 weeks this year, has not pulled any punches so far. So we're thinking, who else could die to crush everyone's hearts?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Stan
is,
Lee is probably like just seconds away at this point. There's Stan Lee,
There's George Lucas.
George Lucas.
Who else is old and beloved?
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yep.
I like to think that there's going to be a bus going to like the raddest party, and all these great geek icons will be on that bus in like 10 minutes before the ball drops.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
He's so dead.
They're all gonna cut it, and that's how this year is gonna go out. Man, this is getting really grim.
Yeah. Let's think about the people who will still be alive.
Right.
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke,
Forrest Whitaker.
Social Pete.
Well, he's
No. I Social Pete had a question.
I thought he's gonna die.
I mean, a mark for death, yes. But who's the worst on-screen Batman actor?
Ooh. I'll tell you who
I
my
would say Val
favorite.
Kilmer.
Yes.
Because Batman and Robin is bad.
No,
but
no.
George Clooney as Batman is good casting.
George Clooney is my favorite Bruce Wayne
Yes.
and Batman.
Okay.
He
I don't
is-
agree, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think he got saddled with the worst of the movies.
Yes.
But he is, as far as I feel, like the best casting for the Dark Knight himself. I think Val Kilmer was a misstep. He's too, he's too swarmy, too blonde.
Yeah. And that was, this was before he contracted Marlon Brando disease.
Right.
On the set of I Am Dr. Moreau.
So it really is a. How do you catch Marlon Brando disease?
You hang out with him on a set for a bad movie.
A horrible joke just then. I'm going to get her scared away from that. So anyway, you've got. I would have to say Val Kilmer is in there. Besides besides George Clooney, I think what's his face? Amy Poehler's ex.
Oh, Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Star of the Lego Batman movie.
Speaking of Lego Batman.
Greg.
Anyway, let's start thinking about what's up next. So what are we going to do?
Well, I just saw our friends from Instrument One walk through these invisible doors.
Nice.
So
Invisible One. Invisible One is the code name of.
It's Wonder Woman in her jet.
Yes. When she becomes president. This is going to be so stupid.
We have 4.5 hours left, folks, so buckle up.
Tune in. Anyway, before we go and start talking about Instrument One, I want to remind everybody that we have a newsletter.
A newsletter?
A newsletter.
Yay!
And that you should subscribe to that newsletter often. Any other things that we want to talk about before we go right into this instrument?
I'm wearing this coat.
Yeah, it's a pretty good coat.
It's a pretty good coat. You were in the market for a coat like this.
Yes, what kind of coat is
This
that?
is a shearling.
A shearling coat.
Yes. Yes.
How many shears were used? Open it up.
Check it out. I'm like some sort of suave flasher.
So yeah.
This was for a Halloween costume 4 years ago in which I played Herman Bain, a combination of Bain and one-time presidential candidate and pizza magnate Herman Cain.
Secretary of Healthy Foods.
Yeah, him and the Noid.
Yes. The Noid.
The Noid.
So-
Avoid the Noid.
Social Pete.
If you could sacrifice a young geek icon to keep an old geek icon alive, who would you pick?
Wow, that's a great one. A young geek icon.
Colin Trevorrow. Is he young?
No, but he's not an icon.
Okay.
I would say I would sacrifice Alan Tudyk
That's not a bad pick.
for George Lucas to live another 50 years. That would be the sacrifice I would make.
I'm trying to think. So you're saying Colin Trevorrow doesn't count? Because I really,
Yeah, no, it's got to be
really
someone.
don't like him.
It's got to be someone that people like.
Every wrestler.
No, but I mean, it's got to be someone you like. That's the.
Well, if I'm sacrificing them,
Yeah, you have to make a sacrifice.
I'll take one out of my own heart. I'll sacrifice Donald Glover so Aaron Magruder can live.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
pretty heavy. That's a big
Like,
loss.
Aaron Magruder, creator of the Boondocks and Black Jesus.
Right. And Donald Glover, and I think
I don't
Donald.
like his music. I just don't like his music. I appreciate that he does it, but I just don't like it.
It's
Great casting
That's
for Lando
fair.
Calrissian.
It
After
is-
they film that, then he can die.
Well, the thing about him is he would die, and then he would like because he's so beloved, his star would go through the roof.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, "Oh, let's watch Community again." And that's how it
Let's
works.
watch Atlanta, a good show, I hear.
There you go.
I don't watch television.
Why?
I told you, I'm a millennial. I don't have cable.
Cable's
I live in
great.
a box.
Oh my God, you clearly are missing out on a lot. The Food Network and
Okay, I do like the Food Network. Chopped is great. Iron Chef is great.
There you go. Cooking Mama, the show.
It got me through a national tragedy. The Food Network did.
That's perfect. All right, so listen, we're gonna take a small break. Let's check in on what should we check in on while we set up for the next segment.
Well, can we? We have a video that's related to this segment. Is that
Great.
something we can do?